Today I am going to be making some bunny treats because one of my bunnies was recently a bit unwell. He had a tumor removed from his ear and he has lost a little bit of weight. Nothing concerning, but the vet did ask me to see if I could get him to gain a little bit more weight. He does eat quite a bit, so to feed him more is really difficult. So I'm going to make some high-fat bunny treats for him. So this is some hay dust that I have that I just get at the bottom of the box whenever their box is getting empty. So I've got some of this here. I also got some of these old-fashioned oats. You do not want quick oats or steel cut or anything like that. I've never been the biggest fan of giving them oats because it can make them gain weight and you don't want obese rabbits or any pet. But in this specific case, I do have to. I also picked up some of this organic baby food. Just the ingredients listed here are what's in it. So this is going to be kind of the liquid that I add to it. And then I'm also going to add in a package of this. I also have the critical care. However, this comes in an individual package, so I'm going to save my critical care for when I need it and just open one of these packets. This also has some weight gainer in it, so that should be good for him. And I'm also making them some pea flakes, which if you know anything about small pets, you'll know that a lot of them love pea flakes. So I have some yellow split peas and some green split peas just soaking here. They should be ready soon. I think I will get started on making the little cookies first though. Okay, so I've got some of my measuring cups here. Usually I do things by weight, but this time I will just do it like this. I'm going to put in my packet of my Sherwood mitts. My hands are wet from washing a spoon. So hopefully I don't make it fly everywhere. Okay, so in goes that. There we go. I'm going to do a double recipe because you can freeze these. They will keep for a couple of weeks in an airtight container as long as you dry them all the way. So you want to make sure that you dry them enough. If you do not, and there's still moisture in them, they will go bad very quickly. You will notice that there will be mold growing in the bag and you cannot give that to your rabbits. But I am going to make this double batch, and once they're fully dried and cooled, I can put them in the freezer. So making a double batch, I'm doing a half cup of these Bob's Red Mill old-fashioned oats. Fill up my bag. That's good. And then for the hay dust, it says usually a half of a cup, so I am going to do 1 cup. There's another half. So it's got like some slightly longer pieces in it. I'll take out some that are what I think too long or hard, but for the most part, this is good. This is fine. This piece is a bit soft, so that's okay. All right, so there is a cup of that. So now for the baby food. If you are picking up a different brand, I think this brand is, it's Food Basics brand. So if you are picking up another brand, just make sure that it doesn't have anything added in it except for the ingredients. Like mine is apple, banana, and blueberry. So make sure there's nothing else added into it except for that. You don't want any sugars or anything. This stuff actually smells really nice. So, okay. And I did get 2 packages of this just in case. Okay. So there's 4 tablespoons of that. Okay, so 1 cup of hay dust, half a cup of oats, 1 packet of that Sherwood or Critical Care. If you're using Critical Care, you want to do about 1 tablespoon of Critical Care. Either flavor would work, whatever your pet likes. And then 3 to 4 tablespoons of baby food. That is for, actually, I'm going to adjust that because I just realized that is for the original recipe, which is half of this. So I'm going to do more. That was 4, so there's 5. Okay, now we're at 6, and there's just a tiny bit left in here, so I'm just going to squeeze this in. And if you're making this recipe and you still have stuff left in your little packet of baby food, you can freeze it. You can put it into an ice cube tray and freeze it and use it later. You don't have to waste it. So this is good for me. Oh, oven's ready. I have my oven set to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. And I also don't recommend giving this to rabbits who are not underweight. My other 2 rabbits are very plump, so I do not want to give them this treat. I might break one of them into like in half or in quarters just so they can have a little taste, but you do not want to be giving this as a regular treat to a rabbit who is at a good weight or who is overweight, because this will make them more fat, and we do not want that for our pets. If you don't have a dehydrator, I don't. I use my oven set to 170. If you have an oven that goes to 150, you can set it to that. I have these silicone mats that are good for airflow. They're used in dehydrators, so because of that, I should not need to flip mine. If you don't have those and you're just putting it on a baking sheet, like on a piece of parchment paper, that's totally fine, but you're going to have to flip them halfway through, and these take around an hour to bake. So check on them at the 30-minute mark. You don't want them to burn. Now, this guy is very big, so let's bully some stuff out of the way here. Okay, so this is my surface. See how it is see-through here. So, and I have it on a cooling rack underneath here because it won't fall through because of these guys. So if you have this set up, this is great. And this is actually the same width as my oven, what are they called? Trays, I guess, whatever. So I can just slide this right in and it'll hold on nice and steady, which is wonderful. And I'm going to measure them out in this teaspoon. Okay, so just taking a little bit of the batter, measuring it out here. It's okay if they're a little organic looking, that's fine. Okay, and then, well, you guys can't see that, so that, and then squish. You want them to be a little bit flat, just so they don't take a million years to bake. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then you just repeat this until you have used up all your batter. Okay, so a few minutes later, I have used every single bit of the batter. So this is on my little tray now. I will pop this into the oven for about an hour. I will check on it at the 45-minute mark. Basically, when they're done, you can grab one out of the oven, set it down on your countertop for a few minutes to cool, and you just want to make sure that it's pretty hard and dry. You can even split that one open and make sure there's no moisture inside. You don't want to do it over high heat because you will burn the hay and it will not be edible for your rabbit or whatever pet you're feeding this to. So you just want to be careful. If your oven goes to 150, do it there. Mine goes to 170. I have it set to that. And I will check on these guys and throw my spoon on the floor. And I'll check on these guys in about 45 minutes. And while that is going on, I am going to get to my split peas So they've been soaking for a few hours now. They're still a bit on the firm side. So I'm hoping this will work. Let me see. Let's try and squish one here. Okay, yeah, I can squish it pretty good. All right, cool. I'm just gonna drain these and then I'll get to work on those. Just drop the peas. I've never made these before, so I'm just kind of winging it right now. I might need more space when I come down to squish them. Should I squish them individually? I don't know. We're going to find out together. Oops, ruining everything. Okay. Do I have something smaller? I have this. I think it's like a double shot glass. Squish. Okay, I'll stop saying squish. Okay. I hate the way they smell. Stinky. All right, well, you get the gist of it. Squish and put until they're all squished and put. And I've got a lot of them over here, so I am going to be at this for a while. Oakley dokley, here we are with our very dry bunny treats. So they did take a bit longer than an hour because they're pretty sizable. I think mine took closer to 2 hours, but I did check them every 20 minutes and just made sure that they weren't burning. And then when I squish them, they are nice and dry and there's no kind of like soft middles. So there's that. And then our pea flakes. So I didn't make the whole thing. Some of them were still very hard. And what that tells me is that they have been in the bag for a long time. So that's fine. So I did do some of them. They were just so hard to squish. But here are the homemade pea flakes. Will you focus? Oh, there's a good focus. All right. Yeah. So they are very crunchy and nice. I'm going to leave the others to soak overnight and I am going to get back to them tomorrow. But so far, here's what we have for our bunny treats. Basically, my big guy will get one a day. And then hopefully he will gain some weight. They're very rich, so he shouldn't have more than one a day. And again, do not feed these to bunnies that are of already a good weight because it can make them obese. And these you can feed sparingly, like 2 or 3 little pea flakes, like once or twice a week. You know what I thought of? I just can't end this video without my bunnies being all excited over these pea flakes. So let's go bring them some pea flakes. Hi, friends. Hi, little bunny friends. You want some treaties? Oh, oh, oh. I'm trying to find them. Oh, Wednesday's got it. Oh, there goes the beast. Vinny's bullying everyone out of the way. Come on, guys. You trying to climb out? Yes, I see you trying to climb out. Don't you eat my fingers. Hi, babies. Get your pea flakes. They're not used to pea flakes. They do get them every once in a while. Oh, there Beast goes. He's found one. So they're not really sure what they're looking for because they don't look like blueberries or anything that I would give them from time to time. Beastly keeps finding them though. There you go, Vinny. Oh, that's a good boy. And Vinny's the one who needs to gain a little bit of weight. Hi, hi, pretty babies. Yum.